Shit, we
Oh
probably can
yeah.
call her right now. We probably could call her right now. Let's see what she says.
Oh,
You gonna negotiate it, Mexican? What's that number up there?
yes.
202. What's it? What is that number? I can't hardly read the fucking number there.
You just close the door. I know. Well, I need. I got a bunch of water to bring in.
Let me know when you're ready,
Sorry.
Mexican. Let me know when you're ready. I'm gonna I'll hit call as soon as you're ready. Let me zoom out. People can see this building here. It's like a storefront with it's like apartments up top. I like this building right here. I like this a lot. Close to my other properties, easy for me to walk right by here. Hell, I might work in this store. Stream live from the store, selling blunts and backwoods and shit. Sarah Vegas, all that shit. White Owl.
Hey, John, you've got that VoIP number for callers to call in, right?
Yeah. Well, you got somebody want to call in?
No, because if I leave a message for this lady, I want to be able to leave that number.
Oh yeah, let me get that number for you. We got to call her right now.
Okay. Or you can chime in and give it to her.
Nah, I'm hoping that I'm going to be silent. I'm going to let you do all the talking, man.
Yeah.
I do like this building, though. I pass by it every day, Mexican. I'd be tempted to work it too. Like I really would be tempted. I might say, you know what? Let me work this store. Let me do this. Calling number. Calling. Dewale and John Galt would be working the store. Mexican, you see the number? So I put the number right here on the screen. So if you need to refer to it, I'm about to call the agent right now. You ready?
Okay, let me write a second. I'm sorry.
Yeah, take your time. But yeah, I like this building right here. Let me zoom out a bit.
Okay, great. I got it.
You ready? You ready for me to call now? I'm about to call him right now.
Yep. Yes. Hey, John, what's the address of that? At least the street address. Do you have it by chance?
Yeah, MLK, 3300 MLK.
Hello? Hello? Yeah, hey, I'm calling regarding the closed store on MLK Boulevard. Is it still available?
Yes, it is.
Hello? Okay, and I'm sorry for calling late. I've been driving all day. Do you have, is this the okay time to talk about that store, or should I call back tomorrow?
What's your question?
Yeah, for one, is it available? And then two, okay, is it for sale? What is what exactly are you soliciting? I got your number off the street sign. Are you looking for a tenant, or
yes, it is still
pictures
available
as well? And if so, how?
Yes, I'm sorry, it's still available, and yes, it is for sale.
So is the physical building for sale as well? The property?
The whole building, yes. It's a storefront at the bottom, and the top is like residential. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you know, are you? Do you know what you're looking for? Price range?
The price range is at $900, but we are open for offers, and we can negotiate it.
Okay. And I did know. Is there any? So when it was open, did it have wine, and were any of those licenses revoked at all, or is there any problem trying to get those licenses back by chance? Lottery, EBT, beer, wine.
Right. So it wasn't any alcohol attached to it. It was just a regular community mom and pop store. Um, yeah.
Is there
So
a church or like a
like,
daycare 500 feet near it or something? If you don't mind me asking, why was it prohibited from that building? Is it close to like a daycare or a church or school or something?
well, that doesn't. I mean, they just never sold alcohol there. That's all. It wasn't a reason of why not. I think that they just chose not
Oh,
to.
okay, okay. Would they, in Jolly, would they be able to share their financials for the last year that they were there? And the reason I'm asking is because obviously I got to borrow money from the bank, and you money unless you can do some projections of what a location could likely generate. Would would
Hmm.
financials be able to be shared? So when was the last year it was open,
Well,
if you don't mind?
well, it's an older couple. It's a senior older couple. The store has not been open for quite some time. It's a fully rehab home structure from all three levels, so it needs a full gut.
Okay, so obviously, no one can just walk in and get a CFO. They're going to have to bring everything up to code, or as you mentioned, gut it out. Correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Have you had any contractors or anyone quote to do any of the work by chance? Would it be pre-COVID
Yeah, we
price or
did have a
post-COVID price?
yeah, we did have someone that was very interested. They brought their contractors in, um, and they did quote it between 75 100K repairs. But they decided to actually go on the Merlin side. But yeah, they did do a full quote over it.
Okay, ask was this before COVID or after COVID? Because those prices could range differently by 40 grand.
Yeah,
Uh,
it was after COVID. Yeah.
and then I didn't, I've not
Document
seen the
didn't
location.
even- Uh-huh.
I've not seen the location in person. Just on the how old is that roof, if you don't mind me asking? And how about the HVAC? Is that relatively new or is it
It's
old
a
too?
new, it needs, yes, it's old. It needs a brand new roof. It has a hole in top of the roof. That part is pretty decayed. We did get an estimate on the roofing as well. So we have a lot
And
of,
is it the
we
building's
have
not
the numbers
condemned at
for
all, is
that.
it?
Huh?
The building's not condemned or about to be condemned. Nothing like that is taking place.
Oh, no, 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 not at all.
Okay, good deal. And then you're saying you're looking for 900,000. Is that just for the property and the building? It out. Are there any special licenses that come with it, or anything special by chance, or is it just for the physical
Um,
asset right there?
just for the physical assets, the location, and that, yeah, just that.
Okay, okay, good deal. Um, what would do? You have a realtor? Do you have a realtor that you're working with, or an attorney, or anyone
I
that
am
I
the
could?
realtor. I
Okay,
am the realtor.
so if I
Uh-huh.
were to give you be able to email me a non-disclosure or whatever because I want to see some financials of what they likely did or could do store before them with beer and wine. I'm just kind of curious, does it have the ability to generate any volume? Do you know what they did in lottery by chance, or how you know what they did in grocery sales, excluding lottery by chance? And I'm so sorry to ask you because you didn't run it. Your client ran it, and I'm sorry to ask you. You may not have this.
Hmm. You said that they go through a lottery?
No, no. So did they have lottery? Like the lottery machine, like
Oh,
grocery
they have
store is going to have.
lottery. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, no, I'm not aware of that, but those are some great questions to be asking. So so are you looking to really convert it like back into that store, like into a community store that carried like the
Yes.
alcohol,
So
the lottery, the machines, things of that nature? Okay, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So I wanted, obviously make sure that they're going to be disallowed, and
Mhm.
that, so whether it be EBT, beer and wine, lottery, uh, and whatnot, there's the ability to get packaged liquor, and I can find out through the state's website if there's a liquor license and escrow for that location. It didn't look like there was, and I did see online that the previous owner, the medicinal marijuana license or recreational marijuana license, would that be prohibited from the location? Because it looks like they used to have it, or maybe not.
No, I don't think they didn't have any of those things, and I'm not sure of that. I do know there's a certain amount of square footage. I mean, of distance from churches, schools, and things of that nature. It has to be. So yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
aware.
I think it's 500 feet, and that's
Of that.
just, yeah. I mentioned that. That's not my background. I just know that in that
Uh-huh.
area that they do have those licenses and whatnot. So I don't want to mislead you
Right.
that is my interest. That is not my background. Is packaged liquor, beer and wine, lottery, EBT, groceries, and general merchandise. Like stuff like that. So okay,
Yeah,
well, do you have an
yeah, yeah,
email
yeah.
address? Maybe I can email you and just wanting to get some follow-up information. And I do have my business partner that does live close by, and I'd like to maybe arrange for he and I, or you and he, to do a walkthrough of the facility. Does it currently have electricity to the
Mhm.
facility by chance?
Yeah, it does have electricity. So yeah, we can schedule that. You can. Is this your cell number, cell phone?
Yes, ma'am. But
Okay, I can text you my email.
yeah, that would be great. Um, and if for what if get it, may I have your email address by chance? I didn't have. I'm now. I'm in front of a pen and paper, so I can write it down. I'm ready.
Yeah, so the email is malia.region. I was going to text it to you. So it's MELEA dot REAGENT at Gmail.
And then just out of curiosity, the summer taxes and winter taxes. Do you know those numbers offhand, or the combined taxes?
No, I do not have any of that information in front of me at this point in time.
Okay. And is there an existing, if you don't mind me asking, is there an existing mortgage on the building?
Um, no, there's no mortgage on there.
Okay. Well, good. That means there's flexibility. So that's the only reason I nosy like that. So how about this? I'll send you an intelligent
Mhm.
email with some follow-up questions, and if you've got a cookie cutter NDA, I'll sign it immediately, and then I'll have my love to stay on your radar and learn more about that property. Sorry to spook you out calling at 8 o'clock in the evening, but I just got
No,
a
no,
call. And
you're yeah,
he'd
you're
asked me to follow up with
fine.
this a while back, and I did Google the owners, and I just suspected that maybe one of the license, because sometimes if your business is over, meaning like if you lose EBT or beer and wine, but they never had beer and wine,
Oh
but
no, no,
never.
no, no,
Yep. And I'm going to
no.
Google
They're
a little
just
bit more.
retiring. This is just yeah, just a retirement for them. They're older seniors, so they're retiring.
Yep, good deal. And then, would you be able to get a hold of the estimates of the repairs? Now, were these all like necessary repairs, or were these improvements as well? Or for the hundred,
No,
was it
well,
100?
these are necessary. No, it's between 75. It all depends on what it is that you're trying to do, so it can always vary. So it's we can do, let's just schedule so you and your team can walk through there and kind of go from that point.
So can I ask one more question?
Sure.
Has the building inspector or anyone from the city come down and say you cannot open all the electrical, like something big like that? Has this location been kind
No,
of?
no, no. There's
Oh, okay,
no
excellent.
restrictions. Yes, no
So
city
so the new
fines
owner
or
would come in
fantastic.
and he could just put a new roof on and do the plumbing, and he doesn't have to repair all the electrical. He can do maybe so he can do it in phases. So there's no mandate to get a CFO. He's got to bring everything up to code.
Right.
Obviously, that person would want to do it anyways. I'm just speaking that because obviously the least amount. I mean, obviously the roof you have no choice, and the HVAC you have no choice. But right off the bat,
yeah.
there's 12,000. So we're at 48,000 just on the roof and the HVAC. And this is just off the top of my head. It might be more or less. So there's and that's has nothing to do with the drywall, lights, all that other stuff. But anyways, I'll leave you alone. I'll shoot you an intelligent email. I appreciate your time, and I'm calling you, but I'll call you during the business day, not at night. But thank you very much for your time.
No,
man.
that is fine. You're welcome. What was your name?
So my last name is Kim, Kim.
Kim. Okay. All right, great. Kim, I appreciate you calling it with your interest, and I just look forward to receiving, your information, and we kind of go from there, see what we can make happen.
Yep. That sounds great. Thank you for your time. Take care.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Does that not show you the real estate values in DC? $900,000 for a total renovation.
That's got to be gutted. Yeah. So, but that just shows you. I mean, you're right. You're spot on. Obviously, the beauty about this is she messed up. She gave too much information. No, you're right. She gave us the key things.
I think you got YouTube.
No mortgage. Pardon me?
You might have YouTube on. I can hear it, but maybe it's my shit. Maybe it's me. Go ahead. Sorry, that's me, Mexican. Go ahead.
So the good thing about it is we know that there's no mortgage owed on it, and these are older kind of retiree couples, which is perfect because that means that contract or they'll play with that number, right? Because it is a business, and unlike a home, right? The business forecast and prove how are you going to pay the bank back the money, right? And so, and I know that they don't got no good financials. They've been closed to give to someone like a football, because you need the football to go beg the bank for some money, and they're not going to do anything. So what happened, and please forgive me, John, this is stuff you were, banks collapsed of 07, 08, 09. You've got to be able to get a commercial loan or SBA loan. You have to prove how you're going to pay that money in sales. Does your wife have a job? All these other things that didn't matter before. So anyways, we can use this to our advantage to talk that price down. Take $550 for that building.
I think she learned damn near as much from being on the call with you as the people in the panel and me. She didn't know shit. We had a lot of information.
She didn't know anything about beer and wine. And I'm going to check about the beer and wine. There might be a daycare or it's got to be 500 yards away from door to door. Remember what happened to me in Columbus,
I mean,
Georgia,
there are some schools and shit across the street. There's some schools, and I don't know. I know there's a church. There's a church by my house, right? You saw that church, so that's going to be any.
No, I need to. Yeah, but that's even because they may not even want to gut the whole place and just make it 12 rooms or 15 bedrooms.
Man, I really want that commercial space, to be honest with
you. Yeah, no, I like it. It's great. So I'm going to Google that. I'm going to Google it right now and try to do keep in mind, I'm just only asking questions that are just from my exposure. There's a lot more people smarter than me that would have asked many different from a little party store, convenience store down the block. I'm sure there's probably some questions I missed. So this wasn't.
What's crazy, Mexican? I don't know if I ever had Omar on this stream, but Omar is one of my tenants. He lives downstairs in the basement here.